Discovery, go at throttle up. Yo, stop the press. Real Silver Engineer just raided us. RC Raid, what's up, dudes? Hey, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Heck yeah, man. Excuse me, what Minecraft? Yo.
Discovery.
Where's Real Silver at? Where are you at? Hey, RJ, 44-month resub. Check this out. Oh my gosh, you got your hair back. Huh? I mean, hair grows. Pixel, can you hear it? Can you hear my hair growing? I can hear my hair growing. Nice background. Thanks, man. Check this out. So we're starting up with some early Minecraft. Look at that. Look at what we're making. Keep drinking the Miracle Grow. All right. Yeah, dude. We're doing some civil engineering in Minecraft. Thought you'd appreciate it. I made sure we spaced out all the beams correctly. It's to spec. Actually, it's what bridge did we use? Long Beach, I think. So anyway, Factorio and Minecraft, kind of. Nice, Jeep. Getting closer to your true final form. Oh man, I wanted it. I should have had it, Grab Shark. We're ready to write stream. That's incredible. Nice. Hang on one second. Talking to my mom. Yeah, man. That's what I've been up to over here lately. We got to train tracks, make sure we graded the tracks out right. Yeah, we're getting kind of crazy. We're getting kind of crazy. We're gonna expand it. It's gonna be this whole area right here. But yeah, here we'll go in anyway. Real Sif, thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Arrow, we're getting a little crazy. Did you build Sus Park? Sus Park? Oh, we took that down a while ago. Love the SSDL launch, so much fun. Should have 2 more coming today. The repeat of the same test and then a higher altitude test today, hopefully with the same vehicle. Hopefully. KSB landed a Falcon 9 for the first time. Nice, nice. Huh. Okay. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Not a full repeat, of course. Nerd. So this happened at the Padres game. What's that, Hellfish? Let me see. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Oh, what a cluster. Sell the team. You plan to put a starbase in this project? I don't know, maybe. Hey, Dev. Did we find you a place where you wanted to build? Or did you find a place where you wanted to build? Yeah, that grabs that. That's what makes you the kind of time. It's just like, alright. Alright. Yeah, that's Yard. Don't mind him. Alright. I got fish and I got gravel. Fish gravel. In school, in a violent, my teacher showed violent memes. Wait, what? Yo, turn my stream off. If you're in class, focus on class, dude. Alright. I heard about Star City. Is Elon picking up the torch where Walt Disney planted? Star City? I put a sign there. It's kind of south of the big balloon next to the parking lot. Alright, let's go take a look. I don't think he's going to make Epcot, but he'll make something. Pixel. Yeah, Star City's in Moscow. Yeah. Well, in the Moscow Oblast. Oblast. I thought he was buying land. Where'd you hear that? When you're on KSP, you're going to make any changes, you're going to send it. I already made the changes last night after the test flight. Yeah, I did, Hibbit. I did. South of the balloon. Dude, a SpaceX theme park, what an idea. Isn't that just Tomorrowland? I did test the thing last night. It flies pretty well. But I had some not TWR problems. I had some COT problems. Turns out an asymmetric launch vehicle can get a little bit cumbersome to fly. Hey, Chris gifted a sub to Pixel.
Discovery.
That first baseman was trained by Bill Buckner. Don't you friggin'... Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. Why would you bring that up? What the hell, man? Why would you do this?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Chris gifted a sub to Hibbit and gifted a sub to Apollo. Jeez, man. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Dev, you can build in here. That's fine. Build, basically... Yeah, you can do that. Sure. He's getting closer to the Elon number. Alright. Figure it'll be small. So, alright, cool. No, Yankees fan Bill Buckner's in our Memorial Park. That wasn't even you! That was the Mets, you twat! Are you kidding me? Seriously? Freaking, you weren't even a part of that. You're not part of this equation. Are you freaking sorry? Oh, okay, Chris. What'd you spend money on? Are you freaking sorry? Baseball, ew. Not liking sports that other people like and then making a big deal out of it? Ew. Oh, hi, Taradra. What's new with you? Give me your truck. Dave, your money. Who's Dave? See, Taradra's just mad because he didn't have a voice in his head tell him if you build it, it will come. It's called Schadenfreude. I will kick you in the Schadenfreude, you piece of crap. Friggin' damn dirty Yankees fan. Damn dirty Yankees. Hey, how they doing? Hey, where are they in the AL East? Oh, second to last? Oh yeah, they're doing real good though.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Who the hell is Dave? Sneaky, why did you just give them a sub? That's who Dave is. That didn't help at all. Because Dave. Alright. There's no crying in baseball. That's not Field of Dreams, but that's a good baseball movie. I do let people enjoy things. Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here. Cries in Orioles tears. Oh, Havoc's. I mean, that's good. Did you catch the lunar eclipse the other night? The only eclipse I saw was when my eyes eclipsed seeing by closing. No, I slept. Damn it. I slept. That's what happened. Why do more words when few do trick? Alright. Who is that, Sneaky? What's up? I just did the whitelisting for the Minecraft server. I might be on for a while, though. I'll be gone this weekend and most of June. You do you, man. It's fine. I get it that not everybody, not everybody's a nerd and stays home and plays video games all day, like me. Yep, there's the frontage road. Perfect. It's Dave. Who's Dave? God, what's wrong with you people? Oh. I get it. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye. We gotta survey out where we want this bridge to go. Afternoon, I made something you might enjoy. There's nothing you do I enjoy. I'm just kidding, man. What's up? Is someone working on that bridge? Which one, RT? What is this?
What has happened? We need to know who's going to come out in front as we see Lance Stroll hitting the back.
Man, this bridge is going to be really, really far. So one hop. Guys, I'm pretty sure we ain't gonna see a hop for a long time. Pretty sure. One SSTO, a little later. What does that say? Wait. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought it said. Alright. Yeah. One hop's no longer a thing. Well, I know hop for a bit. Because Elon decided not. This is what I keep hearing through the grapevine, dude. Source, dude, trust me, I know. They ain't gonna hop anything. They want that orbital test so they can test the heat shield, dude. Pretty sure. Nice, people. That's funny. Gonna make it. Gonna make it. Oh, I never doubted it for a second. BN2 has finished construction and is awaiting test stand to be configured for cryo testing sometime in the coming weeks. How did the IRL stuff go today? Just fine. Everything is just fine. I have the skills to pay the bills. No. It's... Banned. Oop. I had a Dave save moment. I want to make bank, bro. Drummer, pay my gas bill. Alright. Cool. This looks very nice. Fire station still needs some work. We got to start zoning out buildings here. I want to make bank, bro. Drive a Range Rover. Still haven't paid your gas bill? Drummer, it was paid a long time ago. Hey, PX, what's going on? You working on it? It's all good, man. No problems. I've been working a lot in the last 2 weeks. It's not a bad problem to have. I knew I could count on me to revive a dead meme. I didn't, though! Drummer, remember, it's not what you heard. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. Drummer gonna pay my gas bill. What? Think you could pay it on your own? Knock, knock. Open up the door. The bill's real. Fine, really fine. I'm glad to hear that. Heck yeah, man. Sweet. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to do a quick check-in here, and then, yeah, we are... Okay. We're looking pretty good here. I just want to go around and peep what's going on with the server. These plots are open if you guys want buildings to build, or if you want me to, you know, if you want me to say what building, if you need to build into brain do good more like. Do you think I may have overdone it with the basement pylons? Let me see. No. My build, Yotel has basement pylons, dude. They look good. I'm not sure you'll need as many as this unless you're holding up like something that's the size of the Parthenon or something. Spacing, having pylon spacing like that, dude, means you're holding up something heavy. Like real heavy. That's like Lincoln Memorial heavy. Like something that's stone. It's mostly diorite and andesite. Can I fill... Oh boy. Can I fill in this far out so I have access to the regular ocean biome? What about the entrance, though, Lunprod? What about the entrance to the river? Cajun, I got it. Thank you. Gießen. How is your Gießen today? A channel? Yeah, I think so, Swishio. The booster for the first operational Starlink out of Vandenberg. Has arrived at the launch site. So you want to build out to here? Yeah, if you want to fill all this in, go ahead, dude. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, just put a channel underneath here. You gotta put a channel underneath the building. Scatterbrain Sneaky strikes again? What? Who's... Yeah, you're young, you're allowed to be like that. When you get older, though, probably don't want that. Why Vandenberg, though? Are there any particular orbits that can't be accessed from KSC? You can launch Polar out of the Cape, Swishio, but yeah, you can't. You're very impeded by Delta V coming out of Vandenberg because, like, or coming out of Florida. So, like, say this is, all right, that's Florida, right? And then it goes up the coast. This is the Cape, right? When you launch, you have to go out here and then down. Doing this dogleg maneuver costs a lot of Delta V. Right? Whereas, you know, like California does something, Vandenberg does something like this, right? Vandenberg's right here. You could just launch straight. And then there's a couple of islands. There's Catalina Island and the Catalina Wine Mixer. And then there's Palos Verdes. And, yeah. You got basically doing this. The Starlink satellites are heavy, dude. That's why they're doing that. Yeah, Starlink sats are heavy, especially when you're getting them polar. At least I think that's the reason. That's just a guess, dude. It's the Catalina Wine Mixer. Pa! 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 Is he saying pa? Pa! 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 Catalina Wine Miker. Who's Mike? Pa! No. 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 Go back down there. You freaking freak. Does the booster do a boost back burn and land on the coast or on the drone ship? 95, which launch site, dude? It's drone ship for Vandenberg. You can RTLS polar out of the Cape, dude. But Falcon 9, it has to do that dog leg, and then if it's going to do an RTLS, the payload has to be super light. Because that dog leg is going to take up a lot of Delta V. I mean, Falcon 9 can coast back to the launch site with the grid fins and stuff. It can steer it in, but yeah, you could do drone ship on either of them. All launches out of Vandenberg, drummer for polar. Sneaky, is this building supposed to be like post-industrial? Honest question. Are you aiming for like a building that was like a factory that was converted to apartments? Yeah, Havocs. I mean, it's just how your build ends up. I was gonna say, you have 4-meter tall ceilings, dude. That's 12-foot ceilings, dude. That's, okay, 10-foot ceilings. Yeah, these are high-end apartments, man. Luxury. Get in. Oh! Yeah, I know, Alex. Those are real swanky. Sneaky's got very expensive taste. It's for the tall people, so you don't feel like a giant. Yeah, drummer. Let's be real. As a tall person, nobody gives a crap. It's very much the "you're tall, you should be happy" thing. Yeah. Yeah. There's like a lot of automobiles that I don't fit into. Then I went to Japan once. It didn't work. How's the weather up there? I don't know. How's the weather down there, you dick? How tall are you? Do you want metric or screw it. I'll just do both of them. 6'4", Velo. Yeah, I know it's around here. We're about the same height, dude. I remember. We've met. Remember that TwitchCon? Where I'm like, my name's John Taggart. I'm 6'5". Get on your level. Yeah, you 6'5", you lanky bum. I'll rip you in half. If I find that you've sold this movie on eBay, I will break into your house and tear your wife in half. Oh, remember we went out drinking? No, I don't remember that. It's funny you should mention that. God dang, Likes, you dang lanky son of a gun. Likes, tell me you play basketball. Did you play basketball? Tell me. You'd be a kick butt center, dude. I don't want to go do physical activity. God damn it, chat. Why? Why do I want to... I don't want to go outside. Stop it. Stop it. You're making me feel normal, and I don't like it. Wait. What are my values?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Remember we took matching tattoos? Can't tear my wife in half if I don't have one. Wow, a self-own. EJ, drink please. Wouldn't hang here. Goalie, I will drink you under the table. I will drink you under the table. You don't know me, man. You don't know me. Taradra knows. Oh, wait. We've had this conversation before, haven't we? Let's go, bro. I'll even buy. Alright, man. Sounds like fun, man. What, goalie, we'll bring Taradra along, too. We'll see which one of the big boys... See which one of us goes out first, man. Goalie, we gotta get Taradra in on that. Trust me. It'll be a fun time. Are you sure that's a good idea? Dude, I killed this handle myself. And I remember most of that night. I killed this handle myself, dude. One handle in one night, bro. The big guys are drinking. I want in too. Well, whenever the next TwitchCon is, we'll do it. Isn't that cute? He drank water. Oh, you are not prepared. Alright, anyway. Are you sure that's a good idea? Sneaky. Yeah, your liver is reusable, right? How many degrees is that, Trace Comas? Goalie hangs out with me when you're offline. He likes the puppers. Yeah. Yeah. So do I. Puppers are cool. Anyway. I'm just walking around the city. I wanted to just see the updates in here. We gotta find something to do right here. Unrelated to Twitch, but Blizzard decided to cancel the next BlizzCon. Bro, let's just do a freaking meetup, man. Let's just do a freaking meetup. I'm freaking over this. I'm so tired of this. Freaking go away, you freak. Yeah, you'll be the driver? Elon could just make new livers, right? For a rocket launch? Yeah. I'd be down for a meetup. Yeah, like, so we gotta get the band back together, man. Those times are so freaking fun, dude. Like, look, I can be at the computer all day. It's really not a problem. But that doesn't mean, like, I know some people are gonna be like, what? That doesn't mean that I don't like going outside and doing outside things. I actually really like going outside a lot. Nothing beats a nice day for me. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love nice days. I love a nice day where it's nice and sunny out and everybody's outside and doing stuff. It's nice. It makes you... dude, I get seasonal depression. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate winter. Can't stand it. What is outside? Like, all I want to do on a nice day is get in one of my cars and just drive them. I don't need to drive anywhere in particular. I just drive it. Just go out. It's called cruising. Like, I know that people are going to be like, what? No, cruising is something that people used to do before, like, the internet. When you didn't have anything to do, you go out and cruise with your buddies. You just drive around. You scope stuff out. They do it in Dazed and Confused. Be a lot cooler if you did. Is that where that big ball of fire is? It's not a big ball of fire. It's a fusion ball, okay? I love winter. You love your snowboard, Chief. American Graffiti has it. Yeah, man. I like cruising, Hip. I like cruising the boulevards. That's fun. I'm not hooning. I don't need to go fast. I just like cruising. I love getting in my car and just getting in the Coronet and just... It's fun. Is this server creative or survival? We've done everything that you see, and the reason why I'm walking around is to get the people, like, if you're popping in and you're lurking the Minecraft directory, the reason why I'm walking around is because I'm trying to show off the city. Everything here is done in survival. Everything. This entire city is built in survival, no bull crap, in vanilla Minecraft. How do you ask? Mines. Lots and lots of mines. Lots of mines. Lots of mines. They go on for miles. This is some, Matrix abandoned tunnel stuff going on down there. Look at all of them. And also we level mountains. We are the masters of our domain here. We will not be persecuted by Mother Nature. There was a mountain here. We had decreed that it be removed. So we removed it. We are masters of our domain here. We are the masters of our domain. That entire shipyard out here, all these piers, filled in manually. Oh yeah. Everything was filled in manually. This wasn't here. There was a peninsula right here. You could see where the biome was. And it went out here, leveled that. I needed room for the shipyard. Lundprod's going to reclaim some land over here. We have crates and crates of dirt, building materials. They're all over the place. We are the masters of our domain. And why have you come to me? You are Master Pain. You're well protected by the evil council. I want to help. However, it will be impossible to help you. Master, I implore you to reconsider. Okay. Have you seen the Starship reentry? Yeah, I did, 95. Elon commented on it. He said it's pretty close. And then he said that there'd be no tiles on the leeward side of the fins, and then I got really confused. SpaceX, dude, SpaceX is changing the game. Elon changes what they're doing. They're iterating so ridiculously fast, I can't keep up. And I follow Starship every freaking day. I read about it. I should figure out the world settings of this world and generate a fresh map so you can compare before and after. Yeah. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Taradra, look at Thomas's link. It's RoboPupper. So you make the Rockies into Montana. Yep. What does leeward side mean? Well, Liam, when a starship or anything or a space shuttle is re-entering, right? When a space shuttle is re-entering, right? We look at this Banff picture of Discovery. Oh. Anyway, there's the side that gets really, really hot, and then there's the side that doesn't get as hot, but still gets kind of hot. Yeah, this side down here, windward side. This side up here, leeward side. Thanks, Willie. Yeah. Did you see the Russian one got graffitied? Dude, I don't know what I have to do, and I'd probably get in trouble. I will literally fix my stupid truck, somehow get it to Kazakhstan, and tow the damn thing out of that hangar and find a place for it. I'll do it myself if I have to. That thing does not deserve that. It deserves to be restored to spec. It pissed me off, Kyron. I got really upset. No shuttle deserves that. I don't give a crap if it's a Soviet Union shuttle. It's a shuttle. It is. Nothing does, especially not a piece of space history like that. And moreover, it's a flight orbiter. Burya is a flight orbiter. That was going to be the first Buran to fly people into space. So, look, as somebody that likes all freaking rockets and all spacecraft, with the exception of a couple, it needs to be preserved. It needs to be cataloged. Basically, I'm Indiana Jonesing it. Yeah, it belongs in a museum. I mean, what would you expect if no one cares about these orbiters? Yeah, well, PY, I care. That's the thing, man. I give a crap. I don't give a Excuse me. I don't give a crap if Dmitry or Roscosmos doesn't care about it. The orbiter deserves to be preserved. You know, and I was debating tweeting at Dmitry and being like, yo, we gotta save this thing. How can we do this? How can we save this thing? The piece of crap that did it lives in St. Petersburg. So edgy, bro. So edgy, dude. It's so annoying. Dude, no piece of spaceflight architecture deserves that. It's really, really upsetting. See last. They're scrapping Buran? No, Grav. What happened is, some douche nozzles freaking did a bunch of Urbex videos and a bunch of urban exploring videos of the abandoned shuttle in the hangar at Baikonur, and I said that these Urbex videos were stupid. You shouldn't do that. I don't care if it's against the law. You know, it's a piece of spaceflight history, right? And these idiots posting this crap on Instagram and posting this crap on YouTube about exploring the abandoned Buran is just gonna get more people to go and see it, because if you know, I know how Urbex videos work. I've watched a lot of Urbex videos. Urban exploration videos, so videos of people going into places that are abandoned and exploring and stuff. Now, usually most Urbex videos are fine, and none of the Urbex videos deface the orbiter or anything. They crawled around in it, so they probably wrecked it by crawling around in it. But I knew that people would figure out that you could go to this thing and it's not guarded, and it's only a matter of time before somebody stole something off of it, which probably already has happened. Or some idiot freaking defaced it with some hippie tree-hugging nonsense. Seriously, it really pissed me off. The guy drew some stupid graffiti on it and went full edgelord on it, and he, what did they say? Yuri, forgive us, or some bull crap like that. And then posted, like, in order to go into space, we have to learn how to live on Earth. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yep. Nope. EJ's getting mad. 5 more minutes of this, I'm gonna get mad. It's not my fault this is happening. Tweeted Elon to buy it. He won't buy it. Yeah, PY, it's true. You're right. They didn't give a crap, and they will probably only do something about it now because they see that people give a crap, because they don't want to be seen as the people that neglected the orbiter. But, oh, guys, you got to repair the creeper holes, man. You're right. They won't do anything until, we poke and prod them. But I was talking to Kem last night. I'm like, we got to figure out something, dude. I don't care if I have to take like a month off from streaming. I'll go pull it out myself, dude. I'll do the work for free. I don't care. And even if that means like putting it in a Russian museum, I'd still do it. It's all right. It's fine. I'll go do the work myself. Do what we have to do to get that thing out of there, out of that damn hangar, and into a place that it belongs. I agree, Hellfish, yeah, and that's what PY is trying to say, and he's right. The message isn't wrong, though. ARJ, dude, saying, we have to learn how to live on Earth before we go into space is about as stupid as saying to me, like, oh, you can only pee and you can't poop at the same time. You have to learn how to pee you have to learn how to do number 1 to go number 2. Like, that's dumb. No, you could do both of those things at the same time. In fact, if you fire on all cylinders and try to solve both of those problems at the same time, one will mutually benefit the other. Like, I'm talking about spaceflight and environmentalism, not pee and poop anymore, but the analogy still kind of holds water, I guess, or pee, whatever. I mean, pick your poo-poo, I guess? No, you can, jokes aside, poop jokes, I know. Weird analogy, I get it. Analogies aside, like, you can do both of those things. That's barking up the wrong tree. Spaceflight and climate observation, for instance, the stuff that rockets launch into space for monitoring the climate, doing planetary science, that is so ridiculously important to understanding our environment and how it works here. And if you're going to build a rocket that's big enough to launch one of those big hefty climate satellites into space, you might as well go explore at the same time while you do it. I'm telling you, those things aren't mutually exclusive. They depend on each other. Being able to launch into space and having orbital launch capability and being able to go explore other planets and understand how other planets work is a vital piece of the puzzle to understand how our planet works here. If anything, we should go there first. Because places like Venus, right? For instance, with the example of like climate change, for instance, right? Instance. I used it too many times. In the example of climate change, right? Venus is what we think will happen to Earth if we screw up the climate too much. So, don't you think you should go look at that? And Mars is another thing that we think happens with too much climate change, right? Or a magnetic pole shift or something. You have to learn those pieces of the puzzle. It's vital to the science. It's vital to learning and understanding what's going on here, to understand other planets that are similar to Earth. In science, it's not really a control group, but it's the same idea. It's so damn important. Like, oh my goodness. That's why I cringe every time somebody says that. Because it's about as cringy as somebody saying in a polite conversation that you're not allowed to pee and poop at the same time. It's just like, what? Nose. Exactly, James. You have to do both of those things. It's imperative. In fact, if we want to survive on this planet in the long term, we have to explore space. But either way, I mean, I get the message. It's with good intentions, but it's... I mean, first of all, my parents, if I did that and my folks figured out that I defaced someone else's property, I would get the crap kicked out of me, even at 32. Like, my parents would kill me. Like, yeah. Yeah, Ram, yeah, I know, right? So, you have to do both of those things, man. You have to. you know, I understand the message, and dude, I don't want us to screw up the climate any more than any other person. I mean, you know, in fact, I'd say that I'm a freaking huge climate freaking advocate by saying we need to go into space. Like, what I want in the future is I want to live in a world where manufacturing stuff on this planet makes about as much sense as you trying to make an automotive plant in your backyard. Nobody's going to go and try to mass produce cars in the backyard of their house, right? I mean, Henry Ford did that, but different times. Actually, he didn't. He rented a out of business machine shop to build his first cars, if you really want to know. But point still stands. You don't go trying to go manufacture things in your backyard. Why? Because it's not convenient. Why? Because there's a factory that can crank it out. And even though that factory is on the other side of the world, it still makes more sense and it's still cheaper to manufacture it over there. I want to live in a world where manufacturing here on this planet is about as dumb as you trying to manufacture something in your house. 3D printers notwithstanding, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Chris gifted a sub to PY. Spasiba, Chris. Thank you. Yeah, good, Hellfish. I hope they find the guy. A lot of businesses started in their garage. And that's fine. A lot of businesses will probably all businesses have started on Earth, to be honest with you. I can manufacture plant fertilizer at home. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Not en masse, though, Vin, or unless you're not telling us something. Yeah, Pixel, we can do better. We should do better, man. We should put factories up there. You know why? There's nothing in the vacuum. You can't pollute the vacuum. You know? Dumping toxic waste? Alright. So what? Waste products? Let it burn up in the atmosphere. Seriously, it'll be fine. Last. If you have someone who wants mindless work, I have some land to fill in. Alright. Hold our beer? Yeah, right. Or, better yet, send it into the freaking sun, dude. You ain't gonna do anything to the sun. We could hit the sun with a nuke. We could take a SAR bomba, and if we figured out a way to launch that and have it hit the sun, it would look like popping a zit on the surface of the sun. It would look like nothing. There's so much stuff out there. We're dumb for manufacturing here. That's really stupid. You don't even have to hit the sun, Forlorn. All you got to do is get close to it. Do a Parker solar probe with payloads, and oh yeah, it'll burn up real quick. You don't even have to get close to it. Frickin' Forlorn, Parker Solar has an RCC heat shield on it. That's the same heat shield that's on the front of the space shuttle. That's the nose cone. It's made out of the same stuff. That's how hot Parker Solar Probe's gonna get. You send something there without a heat shield, burn up instantly. It'll be like if you drop a water on a griddle, just gone. Let's give the moon some atmosphere. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Ando. I mean, that's the other thing. We're the masters of our own domain, dude. And where we choose to limit ourselves is kind of up to us. Imagine a constant stream of human trash careening into the sun. We could take all the waste ever produced by humanity, ever, throughout written human history. So let's say 6 to 10,000 years and change. We take all the waste products that anybody ever produced, right? And launching that into the sun would have no effect. Nothing. The sun is that freaking big, dudes. It's big, and the thing would melt before it even gets near it. Look at that. Yeah. That's stupid. We're stupid to do all the manufacturing here. That's dumb. We should, heck, even manufacturing on Mars. You can't pollute an environment that doesn't frigging exist. There's nothing there. It's a ball of rock. Or, if you're an Expanse fan, in the belt, which is right here, Ceres, you could mine and manufacture on the belt. Sure, why not? I don't think this is even to scale. I think the sun's bigger than this. Real life Futurama trash ball. Hellfish, it's not a bad idea. Nothing's going to get near the surface of the sun. It'll melt. There's no material that we have that will be able to touch the surface of the sun. Not even close. And that's even if we had a rocket that was powerful enough to get something on a collision course. Yeah, Loopy, exactly. They had to space it out. Yeah, that's right. Would sending it into Mercury do the same thing? I mean, Mercury's just a rock that's basically sitting in an oven, dude. It's way too close to the sun. There are a lot of processes that would be more complicated if you had to use spin gravity to generate the gravity for them, and they need gravity. I mean, no doubt, Max, but do you see that? Like, okay, so the whole premise of the conversation, dude, right? The whole premise of this conversation is that we shouldn't manufacture on Earth because it's going to screw it up, right? So, in that regard, like, do you think that making a spacecraft that spins is that complicated of a task to overcome when it, you know, like, versus finding a manufacturing process that doesn't pollute on this planet? I don't know, man. Hey, Kim, what's up? You know, yeah, I understand, you know, like, I get it. Like, I understand the physics involved. I honestly don't see any of these problems as, like, outstanding problems. Like, what's stopping a car from being mass-produced in orbit? I'm serious. What's stopping taking, like, the Tesla Gigafactory and putting it on the moon? What's stopping us? Seriously, what's stopping us? I'm actually asking. The rocket to move all the stuff there? Yeah, Elon's working on that right now. The rocket is the bottleneck. There's nothing. Ain't anything stopping us from doing that. There's no overwhelming physics here, aside from rocketry, right? You know, that can prevent us from doing something like that. But why? Because the moon is basically a big floating ball of granite and basalt and nickel and all this other stuff, dude. It's manufacture there, not here. Product recovery and delivery. Now, Sneaky, that's not what I asked. That's the logistics part of it. I just said mass production. Now, I don't know what we're going to do with 1 million Teslas on the surface of the moon, but I can think of something, can't you? Can you imagine a shipyard or a spaceport on the moon with starships? With like 20 or 30 starships, and they're just loading Teslas into them? Like this old picture that I have of River Rouge plant. Just loading, instead of an Alco switcher with a big Ford logo on the side, which as an Alco and a Ford fan I really like. I also really like this trailer right here. I'll take one of those. You imagine, like, space electric train loading up Teslas like this, and then like the train pulls up to a starship, and that starship works like a grain hopper, like on a train track. The starship's right next to the train, pulls up, zzz, 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 and they just stack the cars like an auto stacker in a payload bay of a starship, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I want. That's the future that I want. Oh god, this freaking picture. I love it. I love it so much. I mean, we're so freaking primitive, dude. The rocket that moves all the stuff there is more polluting than building the car in space. Once we have the ability to launch things into space without polluting, then we'll likely have the technology to produce cars on the ground without polluting too. Yeah, that's not a bad point, Max, to be honest with you. That isn't a bad point. I mean, look, like, I want to save the climate on this planet just as much as the next guy, but another thing that that's a good point. Another thing that people have to understand is that, you know, we ain't getting off fossil fuels anytime soon, man. That ain't happening. You know, you're right. Once we have that's actually kind of throws a wrench in my argument. So, Max, I'll just go for the jugular. I'll come back at you with, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want less rockets launching into space? No, you're right. You're right. It's an interesting point for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want less rocket? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? Oh, you were finished. Allow me to retort. What does Marcellus Wallace look like? I do agree that some processes would be better in space, like recovering metals, but I think it's best to figure out the balance. Always, dude. Yeah, always. Yeah, good call. That's what I mean about we ain't. That's what I mean when I say we ain't getting off fossil fuels anytime soon. Anybody that thinks we can just flip the switch and just no more fossil fuels is crazy. You're right. It's important to find a nice balance. Like, for instance, I don't really particularly mind if we burn fossil fuels, like, for like a power plant or something. I don't have a problem with that. Heck, you could even have coal. Clean coal is a thing, guys. Coal power plants actually ironically don't have as big of a carbon footprint as you might think. I mean, liquid natural gas and, nuclear obviously have way less of a carbon footprint for good reason. Liquid natural gas is not using nearly as much carbon, right? But that's absolutely a thing. I don't mind if power plants do that and everybody has an electric car. That's totally fine with me. Sure. Much more efficient way of using the resources on this planet. Way more efficient. CO2 is CO2. But Ando, the other thing is, dude, you know good and well that you have to find the balance. We don't want to eliminate CO2 on this planet. You eliminate CO2, plants can't grow. And don't get me wrong, I understand we're making way more CO2 and basically we're using the ocean as a scrubber, which is not a good idea. That's really stupid. Yeah, that's really not smart. I will tell you that right now. That's dumb. That's really stupid. Like, I understand, I get it, but you're right. We do need to find a balance. Careful, yeah, always. But you can build coal plants with carbon capture. Most people who argue for coal, when they say coal can be clean, also don't want to pay for the carbon capture, though. Yeah, well, that's dumb, Max. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Okay, so the coal was probably a bad example here, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't mind if we burn fossil fuels in a power plant. If everybody has electric cars, that's fine. That's a much more efficient use of power, no? Acid rains, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was fun, yeah. Hey, RJ, what's up? I mean, personally, guys, I like nukes. Nukes are... I mean, I don't understand why we're even using fossil fuels, to be honest with you. Yeah, fusion. I don't understand why we're using fossil fuels to generate power when we have nuclear. But then again, not everywhere can have a nuclear power plant. That damn inverse squared law is a real pain in the butt. Our oceans have 100 years at the current rate until they are unlivable to any life. That's an in-game situation we have to avoid. Yeah. If the ocean ecology collapses, ours will, very quickly. And yeah, I don't think that's really up for debate, man. Nuclear is fossil? How so, Morzin? Hey, Laserman. Yeah, Quine, yeah, we gotta figure... Fusion would, like Sebi said, is probably where we should go with it. I mean, if we crack fusion, then this entire conversation becomes irrelevant real quick. Think about where uranium comes from? Yeah, I guess. I mean, fellas, like, so once again, I'll go right back at you. So what's the solution here then? People ain't gonna return to monkey though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that for a fact. People aren't gonna surrender to convenience. And I don't know whether you take that into account. I guess I don't know. Uranium is not from animals, but it could be, Sneaky. point will come where they have a choice whether they don't want to return to monkey or not. Yeah, I feel a lot safer now that the nuke near me got shut down, knowing what they've been doing with fake maintenance protocols and potentially radiating water flowing into the Rhine River. See, last, is that a good enough analogy? I mean, James, then if it's a zero-sum game like that, dude, might as well be preemptive about it. Just like in Pokemon. I don't know what that means, Pixel. Beyond the original 151 Pokemons, I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright. Fellas, before people start getting heated, it's just, long story short, going back to the root of this entire conversation, man, we should go out into space more. I've always been... I always notice that people try to phrase things like it's you or me, us or them, stuff like that. I never liked that option. You should fire on all cylinders and try to fix, like... I think that confining yourself to one way of solving a problem that seems kind of counterintuitive in my mind. And this is basically the overarching point that I'm trying to get at. Like, my example game was not really good in this entire conversation, but I'm gonna work on this road right here where I want this road to go. But the point is that, you know, going back to the root of the conversation, you can do both of these things. You can go to space, and you could try to solve problems down here at the same time. And yeah, you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. I understand that. Everybody here understands that. I'm pretty sure. You know, launching stuff into space is going to pollute in some way, shape, or form. You know, and then limiting ourselves down here is surrendering convenience, which is I don't think people will do. But that's just my personal opinion. But basically what I'm getting at is we'd be stupid to not try to explore every single option that we can to try and find a symbiosis with the human race and this planet. If anything, that'll help us. If anything, figuring out ways to tame the climate here on Earth and control it will help us terraform other planets in the future, and then, you know, hopefully we get to a post-scarcity environment where we don't even have to worry about this no more. You know? Max, that's the point that I'm trying to get at, dude. And that's going back to the root of this conversation about what people... We were talking about Buran and what the guys wrote on that Buran orbiter, right? It's bullcrap, dude. That's stupid. We can do both of these things. Going into space will help us learn how to live on Earth, and learning how to live down here helps us go into space, dude. It's stupid to phrase it as a binary thing in my mind. That's really dumb and straight up, like, I'm not gonna say it's ignorant, but I mean, look at this thing going on with Blue Origin, man. There is a bunch of people out there. This whole thing with HLS and Blue Origin kind of scared me because it showed the amount of people that like space that think they know what they're talking about, but they really don't know what they're talking about, dude. Like, to the point where it's kind of scary, dude. There's a lot of people that need to take a civics class out there. And even more so, there's a lot of people out there that I know for a fact by just what different folks are saying about, like, the HLS bill. I know for a fact that people didn't read S1260. They didn't even bother reading the Senate bill. For what the HLS funding is supposed to be doing. It's really kind of alarming. What happened with Blue Origin? Nothing. How many commercial flights is one rocket launch in terms of emissions? Rockets do emit a lot, but we don't launch them a lot, Quietus. Tim actually has a fantastic video about this. About rocket emissions. Basically, rockets, if we flew them all the time, they would probably end up having roughly, if I'm remembering correctly, and keep in mind I haven't watched Tim's video in a long time, they would probably end up roughly having the same amount of emissions as like the airline industry, if I'm remembering correctly, probably even a little bit more. It depends on the frequency of flight, and depends on how much you actually go and like launch. Are we launching 2 starships a day? Are we launching 3 starships a day, Earth to Earth? Like, or are we launching at the rate of which is like maybe 100 launches a year, like on a good year? Yeah, Tim's vid is cherry, man. It's a great video. Yeah, you really want to learn about this stuff. Timmy's video is perfect. So what I want to do here is, I was thinking about this, putting a road in here. Yeah, James, there you go. James, the other thing that I wanted to say, dude, is I really don't think this, like the whole surrendering convenience thing, you know that people are going to have a hard time doing that, right? But, dude, I refuse to think that humanity is incapable of coming up with an alternative solution. Example, battery tech. Everybody thought that battery tech was, you know, never going to catch up to gasoline, but the rate of iteration over the last 10 years, mostly thanks to Elon Musk, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it isn't, is, like, it's ridiculous. I mean, dude, I still don't understand why nobody gave a crap when Battery Day happened with Tesla. No one cared about Battery Day. Tesla rolled out with a solid-state battery that almost has the energy density of gasoline. The 4670 cell battery. It's a solid-state battery, which, that is like the holy grail of battery tech. And Tesla rolled out with it. And they said they're going to have mass production up like next year, which is... I still don't understand why people didn't make a big deal out of this. Like, we watched Battery Day, and the only thing that people commented about was, oh my gosh, people are honking horns, and self-admittedly, I thought it was funny too, but... yeah. I guess get in. Yeah, I mean, but on the other hand, I mean, people... if it's one thing that I've learned in my professional experience, don't waste people's time. And don't screw with people's livelihoods. People really don't like it when you do that. They really don't like it. So yeah, definitely a hard thing to balance out for sure. I think we should make a bridge across this channel here. I wanted to see if we actually had the room to do it, and we definitely do. Wouldn't that road you're putting in defeat the purpose of the bridge to the left? I wanted to make a road bridge, Havocs. This is just a pedestrian bridge that goes across the channel. I want to make I think a road bridge here would be good as another way to get into the shipyard, because the shipyard isn't just going to have one entrance, you know? Yeah, Max, it's not a problem until it becomes a problem, right? Yeah.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You know, that's... maybe we should go into space more and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, my brother. Right? Am I right, bro? Or am I right? Hey, Tipsy. What's up, dude? Hey, Laser. What's going on? How's your stream going? Yeah, good way to get the feelings, get the fairings off feelings. Nice. Get the fairings off of the Sheila Bordelon. I agree. Yeah, I was looking at this on the map last night after the stream. I'm like, we should just build a bridge here. And it's kind of cool because it looks like we built it after the fact, which, well, we did. Imagine the oil and the gas industry doesn't like the advancements in battery tech. Yeah, you'd think so at face value, cheap, but the thing is, once again, like, I'm Mr. Carbon Footprint over here. I have a bunch of cars with V8s in them, and I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, like, but I don't drive them all the time. That's the thing. So the carbon footprint's minimal because I work from home. But then again, these computers running overtime for like 12 hours a day probably isn't helping. But I think, you know, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know. The oil and gas industry ain't going anywhere. That's the thing. You know, oil ain't going anywhere. And that's because of manufacturing, dude. We need petroleum to make the machines work. Not just for power, but for lubricant, freaking lubricants, greases, stuff like that to manufacture things, dude. It's so important. Any plastics? I mean, that's the true thing here. Plastics are stupid. I'm not a fan of plastic, to be honest with you. I like metal and wood. You know why? They're recyclable. Going to space won't fix our problems as much as a Manhattan Project level focus on safe nuclear plants would. Fusion would have been a good solution if we started focusing on it 30 or 40 years ago, but the horizon seems too long for now. At least you don't drive 30 miles to work every day. And yeah, if I had to commute to work, I would probably have a more fuel efficient solution. To be honest with you, actually, you know what I would get if I was commuting? I'd get a Corvair. I'd go buy a Chevy Corvair. If I like in some crazy future, dude, if I have like a shop, right, with all the cars and a streaming setup in there, I would drive the Corvair. I'd buy a Corvair and drive that. I'm serious. I'd daily drive it. It's a flat 6. Small displacement motor, rear engine, fun to drive. And yeah, I get it. Somebody's probably already typing unsafe at any speed. But Corvairs get 40, 50 miles to the gallon. Efficiency is the key. Well, flat 6, man. The flat 6 low displacement motor, very fuel efficient. It's similar to a Volkswagen Beetle, Ando. I don't know if you guys got the Corvair over there. I don't think any place but the States got a Corvair. So like, these things are, and they're really freaking cool, actually. I really like Corvairs. They're really cool cars. It doesn't look like much, to be honest. It looks like every other 60s car, right? It's pretty unassuming, right? Then you notice it has no grille because it's got a flat 6 in the back. It's flat 6 rear-wheel drive like a Porsche. Or Porsche, I should say. Oh. Whew. And, dude, the things get great fuel economy. Chevy even made them with a turbo from the factory in the 60s, dude. Yeah, they made a turbo Corvair from the factory, dude, making like 200 horse. Where's the turbo? Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's 180 horsepower. Check that out, dude. This is a factory turbo from a car in the early 60s, late 50s. Corvairs are cool, man. You could get 50 miles to the gallon in these things. I'm still annoyed my Corvair got sold under. That's a shame, Kalani. Have you seen the Morvair Corvair wagon? Yeah, of course. See, this is from an era where I actually really like GM. GM was really on their game in the 60s, dude. Look at that. Turbo in a car from the factory in the early 60s. Flat 6 rear-wheel drive. That's cool, man. You know, some of you guys were saying an electric one. An electric Corvair would be pretty cool, actually. You'd get rid of the, you could get rid of the snap oversteer for the most part, putting batteries in the front. Put batteries in the front, the electric motor back there. Longitudinal electric motor with a transaxle. Holy crap, that could work. Holy crap, that's a really good idea. What do you think of the F-150 Lightning? I love it, Max. I really like it. That is I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting Ford to make. I was expecting Ford to make that first, but they rolled out with the shoe. Oh, I mean the Mustang Mach-E. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass an opportunity to take a swipe at that thing. It's ugly and it shouldn't be called a Mustang, and you know it. It might be a nice car. That's great. It's not a Mustang, right? Yes, I'm a Mustang purist and a snob about it. I'm sorry. I won't apologize. Well, I just did, but you get the idea. But I do like the truck. The Lightning is cool. Here. I think it's really neat, and I love that Ford already had the Lightning name, which is really, really cool. Max, we looked at the Ford on their website has a picture of the chassis and stuff. It's really smart, really well engineered. I'm trying to find the picture of it right now. I'm surprised Ford made the Lightning that quick. Ando, I said in like 2014. I said a couple of years ago, and I forget where I read this. In like 2014, Elon Musk went out to the big three. He went to Dodge, Chevy, and Ford and said, I will sell you a Model S for $1 because I want the competition with electric vehicles. I'll sell you it for $1. Straight up, no bull crap. I get it. I'll sell you it for $1. He went to Dodge. No, he went to Chevy first. Well, he didn't go to them. I don't know the exact story and how it happened, but this is how it happened in my mind. He went to Chevy, said, I'll sell you Model S for $1. Chevy said, get out of here. We can engineer our own electric car. Thank you very much. And he's like, fine, whatever. And he went over to Dodge, and he's like, I'll sell you an electric car for $1. And Dodge said, what's an electric car? Those exist? Oh. Yeah, we knew that existed. Yeah. What is that? I don't know what that is. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. I don't know what that is. And then he went to Ford, and he said, look, I'll sell you this car for $1. And Ford said, really? Really? He's like, yeah. And Ford's like, you know we're going to copy it, right? He's like, yeah, I know. Do it, please. Ford's like, okay, sure, why not? And they did. They bought it. Ford bought it. Sometimes, like 2014, 2015, they bought it and they took it apart. They took it to their R&D facility. They took it apart and reverse engineered it. And then they used that to make this. The Dodge Vapor, nice. I like this. This is really cool. I like this a lot. Okay. They didn't say this during the damn press conference. I've done some reading about this since we watched the coverage of it. Max, we watched the rollout. And the rollout was for normies, and it had a bunch of corporate drivel in it, and it was terrible. I've been since reading about it. So Ford did something a little bit different. If you notice, there's a hump right here in the battery. You see that? Okay? There's a hump in the battery. Hang on, I just got to make sure I'm not near anything. Let me get in the bus. Yeah, we'll get in the bus. We'll be fine in here. The reason why is they took the battery cells and they split them. They're on top of each other, like kind of like a sandwich. There's like a battery sandwich in between the frame rails because you have the ground clearance. You can stack 2 batteries on it because it's a truck. This battery right here powers the rear motor, and that battery powers the front motor. And the charging port goes to both of those batteries. Now, don't get me wrong, your front battery or your rear battery can feed the front motor if it needs to, and your front battery can feed the rear motor if you need to. You know why they did this? Charging time. It's easier to fill up one of these batteries to 50%, right? Than it is to fill up all of it to 100%. And if you're just going on short trips, right? Which is, I mean, it's an electric car. Your range are always going to be a problem because there's way more gasoline infrastructure out there than there is electric, right? I mean, and charging is a pain in the butt. It's not 5 minutes at the pump. I get it. But that's a really cool way to kind of bridge that gap. You have 2 separate battery packs. There's not one battery tray like a Tesla. And balancing the center of mass, I'd imagine, the truck is going to handle way better than an internal combustion. Oh, yeah, Max, yeah. Your center of gravity is down beneath the frame rails, dude. Max, I said that people are gonna autocross these things. Oh yeah, I'm thinking people will, like, dude, I know the hot rodding community. I know how they work. Anybody that works on modification of cars and fabrication and stuff, you're gonna see them rip the new truck off the top of this thing, and they'll put old trucks on it. I'm dead serious. That's gonna happen. You'll see like a 67 F100 with the Lightning's frame underneath it. Because knowing Ford, they probably didn't change the bed rail mounts. I'll bet you they kept it so you could keep manufacturing one type of cab. So I bet you the pickup points for the bed are the same. And Ford doesn't change that stuff. They're very consistent. They're very consistent about this to ease the cost of manufacturing, right? So like the bed from a Lightning is the same as the bed from the internal combustion engine with the save for that panel on the side for the outlets, right? Dude, people are going to swap old trucks onto this thing. The other thing that people are going to do, I predicted three things total. The other thing people are going to do, they're going to rip this off and put a car chassis on this thing, like a Crown Vic or something, and then they're going to make a race car out of it. You're going to make an autocrossing car. I'm serious. That's definitely going to happen. The last thing is that someone's going to take a diesel generator, put it right here, and put a fuel tank in the bed, and make a truck that gets like 150 miles to the gallon, because it's this method of generating electricity with a small power plant attached to an alternator and electricity as your primary propulsion is way better than a hybrid system, than a hybrid Synergy. Yeah, an electric surfboard. Well, Max, actually, you know, on the hot rodding front, here, we'll flip over to GM real quick. GM rolled out with a performance crate motor. It's a Bolt. It's a drivetrain from a Chevy Bolt, right? It's a drivetrain from a Chevy Bolt. It's the same thing, but they gave it a flange plate that bolts to the old any Chevy transmission. It has a bell housing adapter that'll go to 4L60s, 4L80s, turbo 300s, turbo 450s, a Tremec if you really want a manual. And this kit has the pickup points for a small block Chevy. So GM rolled it out and they put it in a K5 Blazer. It's a freaking EV conversion kit. They sell it like a crate motor, which is genius. Tesla should do that. That's one idea from new GM that I really like. That's a really cool idea. And now I know what people are going to say. Like, isn't that motor underpowered? It's a Bolt motor. Well, first of all, this thing had a small block Chevy in it from the factory that made like 150 horse. The electric motor makes 200 horse. So if anything, it's an upgrade for that. Secondly, this is an off-road vehicle. It's an SUV. Speed means nothing. You want to make torque, and that's why it has that built freaking axle in the front. Yeah, Hazanku, that's really cool. I really like that. That's the only downside of this, is that the battery takes up the entire thing, the entire back. But I mean, I would put this between the frame rails or figure out a way to do that. I brought my car to the shop today and my mechanic told me the radiator was empty. Did you see a puddle under your car, a green puddle under your car at any time, O-Force, in the past month? How would an electric truck work on a dirt road, especially in the southeast U.S.? Like what, if you're four-wheeling? It would work fine. So the electric motors make tons of torque, Thor. They make tons of torque, dude. They make torque for days. Yeah, they freaking thing makes gnarly freaking amounts of torque. It'd be perfect for it. Let me finish this up. Yo, Mick, what's up, dude? Speaking of doing crazy things to cars, man, how are you? Yeah, the Land Rover's looking cherry, man. I know it's not cherry. I like saying cherry. I know that's not the color. Shut up. Shut up. And cause issues? I thought about getting an electric vehicle, but living on the dirt road made you hesitant. Well, Thor, I mean, okay, so the only thing you have to really worry about with the electric stuff is the coolant. So like with the electric stuff, if you use it, if you run current through it, it builds up heat, just like an engine. you know, you're expending energy. It's gonna heat is always a byproduct. That's thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a pain in the butt. It sucks. But as long as you keep the coolant for the batteries good, you're fine. Keep the batteries cool. Batteries don't like getting hot or getting too cold. They have to be right at a good temperature. But yeah, as long as you're out in the desert and the batteries are underneath the car and whatnot, you'll be fine. I'm good, buddy. She's a cool old girl. Yeah, Bessie's awesome, man. That was Bessie that you were working on today, right? Mick, check this out, dude. Chevy rolled out with a crate kit, and they EV swapped a K5 Blazer, which is, I don't know if you know what this is. If you don't know what this is, it's kind of like a Series 2 or Series 3 Land Rover. It's a mid-70s SUV. So it's like an actual SUV, not some crossover piece of garbage. Like, we're talking, you know, transfer case, 4x4 with big old Dana axles up front and back. Looks like they got a, yeah, that's definitely a Dana axle in there. And it has an EV swap in it. It has a engine, because Chevy's selling these as crates. And the engine makes 200 horse, right? The engine makes 200 horsepower. I'm telling people that that's not that big of a deal. The engine that this thing came with didn't make 200 horsepower, so that thing is perfect for this. Dude, you could off-road for days with this thing. I mean, the range would take a hit because this thing is really friggin' heavy. You'd need a lot of batteries, but man, could you do some cool stuff with this. And Chevy rolled it out, and the bell housing is on the kit, fits to any Chevy transmission. So, I mean, that's actually really freaking cool. I actually really dig it. And what spurred that conversation is looking at the Lightning. You got transverse, 1-speed, front and back, with dual batteries mounted dead center, dude. I'm telling you, man, someone's going to take this and put a tube chassis on this and race it. Someone's going to put a tube chassis on this thing and race the trash out of it. How do you cool batteries anyway? With a radiator, man. Teslas have more radiators than an internal combustion car. They got to keep those batteries cool. If those batteries get warm, fire. Yeah, fire. It just means it's got torque for days. I mean, yeah. I don't know if the reduction on these 1-speed transmissions, I mean, it's basically just a gearbox at that point, but yeah, it's still really cool. I like it. I think that's really neat. That's a really cool way to do a truck. I wish they made a long bed version, but somebody will probably hot rod that, so you don't need to worry about it. Anyway, here, let me finish up this road in Minecraft and we'll go. How much data did you get from yesterday's hop? Good amount, dude. For some reason, I thought they were liquid cooled. They are liquid cooled, T-Man. Yeah, of course they're liquid cooled. The radiators are circulating the coolant, man. So, cold coolant goes into an engine, right? It goes into an engine, and it runs through galleries in the motor. And those galleries are right by where the boom boom happens, right? So, the heat from the combustion gets put into the sleeve of the engine or just into the bore, right? And then the coolant is going through, and the engine heats that coolant up, and it exchanges the heat to keep the temperature down. It's just like a rocket motor. Some rocket motors move the propellants through the nozzle to keep the nozzle from melting, right? Same thing, literally the same thing, much simpler though. And then that warm coolant goes into a radiator, right? It goes out the top of the engine, and then it goes into a radiator, and it trickles down through the radiator in the front of the car. The radiator has oncoming air exposed to it, and the radiators, modern radiators, are made out of aluminum. And the aluminum, we know from just you, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before, T-Man. You know that if it's made out of aluminum, aluminum is very good at conducting heat, and it's very good at spreading heat. It has very high heat flux, is what it's called. Flux means being able to move it around. So if you heat something up, if you heat aluminum up, it'll spread the heat around. The whole thing will get hot, right? So your whole radiator gets hot, but that's more surface area for that coolant that's trickling through the radiator, right? That's more exposure that it has, more surface area being exposed to the oncoming air, which is cool because it's not like 180 degrees Fahrenheit outside, right? So it trickles through the radiator, and there's usually a fan that sucks air through it, right? Through the radiator, and it cools, and then it goes back into the engine. Well, it goes into a water pump, then it goes into the engine, but you got the idea. Towards the end, Swishio. Sounds like a good time to tear down an engine. Yeah, right. So, let me mark this out. We should frickin'... That Corvair, that electric Corvair is actually a pretty good idea, man. That would be a really freaking cool car. That'd be a really awesome build. I'm actually kind of trying to figure out ways how I could do that. I have enough cars right now. I'd need a shop to do that. It would be awesome, though. Can I work on finishing the pier in front of the mayor's ship? If you want to finish the commercial port, yeah, would take point on it. That's your baby. Finish it, dude. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Heck, if you want, you could make it go out even further. It'd be kind of cool to have the pier go out this way and then have the road kind of do a loop, don't you think? Can you imagine if I had if we engineered some on-ramps right here and the on-ramps kind of go out on both sides and they go over, and then we have another bridge right here going to another pier, and then the road turns and comes down this way. So we'd make a whole loop. Just FYI, heat flux refers to the actual flow of the heat.
Discovery.
When you're talking about aluminum, the term you want is thermal conductivity. That's the material property. Yes. Turns out, Max, that playing Minecraft and talking about physics at the same time makes your brain go sometimes. Yeah, no, I know it. I misspoke. Sometimes when I get hype about things, I speak too fast and say stuff wrong. I should probably not do that. How do I connect to the server thingy? Exclamation point MC, Cornbread. Hey, Ponzister gifted a sub to ACR. Space Isaac, what's going on? Yeah, Cornbread, you should be able to pop in. Okay, sorry, Tipsy. You asked me a question a second ago. Penguin, are you still here? And I only said hi because we were talking about something else. What's your sub message say? But how would the cargo ship get out? Is the bridge going to be tall? Well, it's going to have to be, Drool. It'll be tall, like way taller than this. Bridge is going to have to go up. Nah, maybe we shouldn't do that. But yeah, if you want to build that pier out for now. Sure, go ahead. Another tower section is rolling down the highway. City's looking amazing. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Tipsy, what did you ask? Hope all is well. Do you have any other advice for KSP you'd recommend? I finally took the plunge and planned to learn, but it's... Hold on. I gotta read the sub-message. Maybe a drawbridge? Drawbridge could work. We could build a big drawbridge like the one at the causeway, the one at the NASA causeway. But it's overwhelming me, so... being news to the understanding of it all. Tipsy, yeah, once I jump into KSP, dude, yeah, if you're still here, I'll tell you all about it. No problem. My biggest advice to any type of Kerbal player, any new Kerbal player, dudes, best advice I can give you is, you know what I'm doing with the X33 and the launch pads and all this integration equipment and all this cool stuff? Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. With rockets is about taking all the bull crap that comes with real life and boiling it down in a crucible down to the bare minimum that you need to do the most amount of work. All right? Like that's basically it. No bull crap. I always tell people that everything on a rocket is there for a reason. Nothing is there to look cool, with the exception of SpaceX's spacesuits, but those are also functional. There's no reason you can't balance form and function, right? But a new Kerbal player, don't try to build the space shuttle. Don't try to build the Saturn V. Just build something that works. Play around with it. Figure out what combinations work. Study what delta V means and specific impulse and TWR means. What those three things are about. And keep it freaking simple. And go from there. That's the easiest way to do it. Doesn't need to be complicated. Because look, NASA didn't start by making the space shuttle. NASA didn't even start by making the Saturn V. NASA started with basically a bunch of leftover IRBMs. A bunch of obsolete intermediate range ballistic missiles. Like Thor and Redstone and Juno. And that's it. You got to keep it simple with rocket science. You can't get to the hard stuff that, like what I work on, unless you really, really take your time. It takes time. It takes time to learn this stuff. But my running thing for anything with rocket science, all right? Rocket science is, despite what people say, it's not difficult. It really isn't. If you passed a high school physics class, you can understand rocket science. Heck, you don't even need to do that. I know there's kids out there that are in middle school that are fantastically good Kerbal players, you know, that haven't taken a high school physics class that are remarkably good at it. I think that's wide enough. But rocket science is not hard. It really isn't. It's not hard to understand. It's hard to do. Doing rocket science is very difficult. Like, look, I have a pretty good grasp on rocket science. Do you see me trying to go and build a Falcon 9? Hell no. Why? Because I'd be terrible at it. It would blow up in my face and I'd probably lose a couple of fingers or my life. You know, that's not a good thing. Rocket science is hard to do. It's easy to understand. Really, it's not that bad. If you have a Tesla and it gets stolen, is it then an Edison? I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Did Geeson change his name? I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's 4:30. We should jump into some space news, and then we got to get to those SSTO test flights. All right, so I'm going to pop off here. All right. I'm gonna pop up there. We'll keep working on that bridge. I've been just trying to pop into the Minecraft server real quick to just let people know that we're still working on it. I don't want people to think that I abandoned the project. I'm just working on the SSTO stuff right now. All right. Anyway, are we going to do a cow controller flight program for the heavier version of the X-33? It's possible. When was Wario added? Day after Saturday Night Live, I think. Sad. I had a question for Max about some of the already announced changes, and I forgot what the question was. Yeah, Tipsy, if he's still here. If he's not, I'll just say what I said when he gets back. Anyway, let's go over to science and technology, and we'll get into space and rocket review. Does that look familiar? What is that, Thomas? Nice spacesuit. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's not my pumpkin suit, but I don't hate it. Max, just on a side note, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your tail just because you're here. The everything I've seen from 1.12, it's been great. I mean, everything that I've seen from there tells me that you guys are doing your homework and you're figuring